Hi, I'm Amber Newman with Northwest Minnesota Foundation, and I'm here with Jenny Vance at Face It Together. She's going to tell us a little bit about what to expect the first time you come to Face It Together, and a little bit about what she wished she knew at 20. So, hi, Jenny. Thanks for being here
Hi.
today.
Yes, you're welcome. So Face It Together, we do peer recovery support. You can, if you would come in here, you can come in and kind of get a feel of if this is something that you would like to do. And then you talk to somebody, there's always somebody that's hanging out. And then we could set up an appointment for, that day or the week for sure, if that's something that you're willing to do. And so yes, it's peer support. So like everybody here has been through their own addictions and been through everything. That they everybody has their own story, essentially. So yeah.
So you think it's a safe place where people won't feel judged or ashamed?
I definitely think so. When I first came here, I felt like comfortable pretty, like maybe not right away. But after a little while, I felt pretty comfortable. For me, when people are very open about like their struggles, I get more comfortable, and everybody here is very open about, their own issues. So
Is there a lot of paperwork?
there's, there's like 3 pages. It's not too bad. And it's not, we don't require you to fill it out. You can, there's like one paper that we would just kind of like to have just for, like a record. So if that's not something you're willing to do, we can also work with a client or a potential client or whatever. So
Would you say it's mostly group work or mostly one-on-one work?
one-on-one. So what we Face It Together itself is one-on-one, peer support. You would just kind of come in and meet with a coach and just kind of talk about what kind of your goals are, and just kind of go over that and go from there. Like if you want to come back, you can come back. Look, no, you're never, nobody's ever forced to come here. We don't tell you what to do. We just kind of, we give suggestions, and you don't have to do anything that we say. So yeah.
That's awesome. Is there still usually coffee in the back? And
Oh yeah, yes, all the time. Everybody drinks coffee, so coffee is always here, and anybody can come in and have a cup of coffee, so and talk.
what if someone just wanted to walk through the door and check it out? Would they be able to do that?
This coming month, we are going to be opening up a little more. With COVID, it was a little bit difficult, so now we're going to be opening up a little bit more so people can come in, with proper precautions and have a cup of coffee and whatever. If they're struggling, like, can sit here and talk with them. Somebody, somebody will be able to talk. So
But right now you're doing mostly phone calls. If someone
for
wanted
the
to call and talk to someone, that would be a good option for them.
oh yeah, phone calls for sure. If somebody always answers the phone, and if not, we have a voicemail. You could leave a voicemail and call back. But yeah, I mean, shortly we'll be able to, and if somebody came here right now and needed to talk or needed help, like, we're not gonna turn them away. If somebody is struggling, we'll help them if we can, or however we can.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about what the peer support model is? I'm not sure that everyone would know what that is.
Okay, so like peer support, so like yeah, we just kind of meet with somebody, kind of get a feel of like what their issue is that they want to work on, or what, kind of get a feel of just what their goals are and anything. And can sit here and talk about it. We can call resources, and we can find different resources for them. If they need resources, we can help them with, like, if they need to have so many meetings for something, we can help them find meetings. We can basically help them with anything, pertaining to recovery, and almost everything pertains to recovery. So
That makes sense. Um, what if somebody relapse or need some help? Is it a welcoming place for people to make mistakes?
oh yes. And it happens. Face it together. Like, we are not like, you don't have to be completely sober. We if harm reduction is great, if somebody wants to stop drinking, or not stop drinking, if they want to cut back their drinking and that's just what they want to do, we'll just kind of work with them on that and kind of set goals and see what they would like to do to reach that goal. We're just kind of here to talk. If they, if they want to stay completely sober, then that's fine. We'll work with them on that. And stuff happens. Like, if it we've all been through relapses, we've all done it, so we understand that it's it's not the end of the world. You can work forward from there. So
Cool. What has recovery meant to you?
um a lot, everything, because I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do, if I wasn't in recovery and I wasn't working, on myself. I think that's been the big part of it, is like working not just on being sober, but being, not just on being sober, but just having the best like mental health I can, working on my mental health, working on, everything,
Mhm.
because all of that does relate to recovery. I know, me personally, if I wouldn't have worked on my mental health, I probably would have a harder time staying sober. And so I think being able and willing to work on a lot of the stuff that you have avoided for so long. So
Yeah. And it sounds like you have a good group of healthy people helping to support you.
yes, I do. Down here for sure. I mean, this is like my biggest like support network. Um, and it wasn't always like that. Like I said, I didn't know what it was gonna do when I come back to Bemidji. I didn't know anybody sober. So building the support network has been very important.
Great. So I said that the last question I was going to ask you is, what advice would you have given to yourself at age 20, knowing yourself now?
Probably to focus on my own goals and not try to, you know, loving yourself and finding like true happiness in yourself is very important. And I didn't think it was before. I thought I could find happiness in the other things and other people and other, all this other stuff, and I couldn't. So I think like being happy with yourself is a very good thing. So yeah, I think that's about what I'd say.
And would you recommend Face It Together to anyone needing recovery support in the Bemidji area?
Oh, definitely. It's been a huge part of my recovery, and I do not think that I would be sober without Face It Together. And I will always say that.
Well, thank you so much. I hope we talk again.
Yes, you're welcome.